This is where 14-year-old Mohammed Qataa lost his life. His brothers can hardly bear to work at the family coffee stand any longer. Mohammed had been asked for a free cup. Not even if the Prophet himself returns, he'd said, laughing. That remark was a death sentence. At the family's cramped apartment, close to Aleppo's front line, they tell us more about a killing that symbolises what's gone wrong with Syria's revolution. They describe how armed men overheard Mohammed. His mother saw everything. There were 3 of them. They said, "Whoever insults the Prophet will be killed," she recalls. She goes on, "I heard the first shot. I'd run out barefoot. I fell to the ground. They shot him again and kicked him. I looked at them and said, 'Why are you killing him? He's just a child.'" "I looked right at the killer," says Mohammed's father. "He looked at me." The men haven't been caught. Aleppo's religious authorities say their actions were un-Islamic, criminal. We're approaching the spot where Mohammed Qataa was murdered. As you can see, it's quite busy, and by all accounts, there was quite a crowd when he was shot and killed, but everybody felt too terrified to intervene. In fact, he was shot right in the middle of the street over here. Lots of witnesses. The men who did it showed no fear of being caught. Their actions have now been condemned by all of the armed groups in Aleppo. Most of those groups are, though, Islamist in character, and they're starting to use their influence to impose Sharia law here. It's the same in the northern town of Syria. The war has drawn in jihadists, foreign and domestic. They fight for God, not democracy. So men like Sheikh Abdullah Muhammad Ali are running things. An Islamist cleric, he oversees Sarakeb's Sharia court. BBC Arabic filmed the court over more than a month. 4 men have been convicted of highway robbery. They tried to steal a taxi driver's car. Sheikh Abdullah lectures them in the name of the Prophet. The men have told him they're rebel fighters. The Sheikh says their weapons will be confiscated. Sentence will be carried out in public. Islamists are stepping into the vacuum left after 40 years of a secular dictatorship. The instrument of punishment is an electrical cable. It's 50 lashes for the leader of the gang, 40 for each of his men, says the Sheikh. God's law is the best protection for the weak, he tells the crowd. When it starts, some of the crowd chant, "The Prophet is our leader." Others just count the lashes. This may appall secular activists. The uprising's rural, conservative, religious supporters like it. So too those threatened by the epidemic of theft, looting and kidnapping. Increasingly, this may be the future of justice in rebel-held parts of Syria. Paul Wood, BBC News, Aleppo.